Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you're all doing good. I'm good. It's my Monday. Yay. It's 5:13 a.m. I just got up for the second time. I was up at for some reason I woke up at like 12:30 a.m. and it took like 2 hours to fall back asleep. The what ifs started kicking in. Guess I'm worrying about my truck because they've had it for a week now and I need my truck, and then I'm thinking, man, I hope they're not having a hard time with it because it's going to be a bitch if they finish the job and it's still not running right. Because apparently, if that happens, you still have to pay them, and then you get your truck. I'll get my truck with the same problem, and I'll be out $1,000, for nothing. Apparently, that's how it works. So I'm sitting there stressing, going, man, I hope they figured that truck out because I don't want to get stuck with the $1,000, bill that I can't afford, and my truck's still messed up. It's like, how much money am I gonna have to throw at this truck for them to figure out what's wrong with it? So I'm like sitting there thinking, man, if they don't fix it this time, if they don't fix it, do I keep throwing money at this truck, or do I just take it back not running right and try to sell it like that? I don't know what to do, but I'm just praying that they fix it properly. And don't stick me with a bill and still a messed up truck. That like sucks. I'm thinking, man, that's why older cars are better, dude. Like, I'm talking like 60s and 70s, maybe 80s, but 80s and older cars, they just, to me, they seem better because they're easier to diagnose. There's less that can go wrong, and in my opinion, they last longer. I'm just, all these newer, all of them, even the Toyotas and all these Camry, all these really supposedly really good cars. I don't know if it's just a Ford thing or not, but it just seems like a lot can go wrong, and they almost, all the newer cars just seem like they're like disposable, because so much can go wrong. They got so much crap on them, like that can mess up, and it's hard to diagnose them, and you could keep throwing money at them, and it's, at one point it's like the car's not even worth it. It's just like disposable, like a big lighter. So I'm hoping that they fix it. I'm gonna be really bummed if they're like, well, we replaced we diagnosed it, we did the head gasket and block test, it passed, so we figured the only thing that would be left is the fuel injectors. We replaced those, and it's still not running right. We could keep going and run more tests, but it's going to cost you more. It's like, well, do I keep letting them do that, or do I just stop throwing money at that thing, bring it home, try to sell it as not running right, and take my loss, or what? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like in a weird, stressful position with that truck. It's winter time. It's kind of nice to have a car to get to work when it's cold, in the morning. So I'm sitting here like stressing a little bit, trying to go to sleep, back to sleep after I woke up. I finally fell back asleep, and I started dreaming, like lucid dreaming about, uh, I was at some old place, man, like 100-year old place. It was all preserved as it was back in those days. Like, it was like a museum, right? A museum house. I remember going in, and everything was weirdly like old, right? And it was a trip. And then after that, my old wiener dog Tootsie was with me, and like I was really glued to her, like really didn't want her to leave my side, right? And I remember going to like this apartment that was like on the second floor, and I went in there, and it was my uncle was there, my dad's brother, and his wife's brothers were there, and some other friends that they have, the family were there, and they're all, business as usual, smoking weed. They all look really tattered and older, and they're all smoking weed and drinking nothing, doing their drugs, you know, business as usual the way it used to be, right? And then I remember sitting there, and they were passing a bowl around of weed, and I took one puff, and I was like, oh man, what? I felt real guilty. I didn't really want to do it, but I did it because like peer pressure and kind of like the moment. And then I remember I kept wanting my wiener dog Tootsie there with me. She was with me there, and I didn't want her to stray because I didn't want nothing to happen to her because I like miss her really bad. So then I woke up and really groggy, and but man, I was really lucid dreaming there. So it's Monday, and I feel like going to lay back down, but I don't have time. I guess I could, but what's the point? I'm just gonna be, waking back up again. It's 48 degrees out right now, and I got to get on that motorcycle a little bit and ride to work. It's kind of rough. So I'm stressed about my truck. You don't realize um, how nice it is to have a car until you don't have one, you know? Especially in the wintertime or in the middle of the summer. When it's cold or it's like hot, it's nice to have a car. It's a luxury, for sure. But it's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes I wonder if I'm taking it to the wrong mechanic, if I could have took it somewhere else and they'd have been better off. But this guy's right here. It's Amco. They're right here. They're close. And, they're straight shooters with me, but they are top dollar mechanics there. I mean, they charge the maximum that they can get, $100 an hour for labor. And it's like, if you're charging top dollar, you should be doing top dollar work and know what the hell you're doing, right? So I'm like worried that I'm getting charged top dollar, and they're kind of like not the top quality mechanics, and they're not diagnosing my truck properly. We'll see. But they've had it a week, man. That seems like a long time for just doing a fuel injector job. You know, I Googled it. It is a big job, but a skilled mechanic should be able to bust that out in one day, no problem. You know? So I'm like, are they having a hard time or what's the deal, man? I was hoping they said they'd give it back to me Friday. Today's Saturday. And I didn't get a call yesterday. So I'm getting a little irritated. You know, I don't like riding my motorcycle in the cold. Plus, that thing needs a front tire. It needs money too. It's like, man, just to have wheels these days, you gotta spend an arm and a leg. Might as well have a freaking car payment. Damn. So I just wanted to get a little bit off my chest there about that. I'm kind of stressing about that because I don't want to throw a lot of money at that truck because I just got done spending money on it. I was paying it down, and now here we go again. My weekend was all right. I didn't get a whole lot done really. Um, I just unboxed the two-stroke kit. Been doing my homework on that. It's a little bit more of a job than I was expecting, actually. but I think I'll be okay with that. But didn't get hardly any chores done or anything, so kind of not happy about that. But it is what it is. I'm not motivated yet. Don't know if I ever will be. I'll have to force myself to do everything, I think, from now on, probably for the rest of my life. Unless miraculously, as I get more sober, I get more motivation, but so far that's not really happened. I was also thinking about, my sobriety last night, and I still feel like kind of foggy. I feel like I'm still coming out of it. I mean, like I was drinking and doing drugs for so long. It's gonna take a minute for me to kind of like get back to normal. And because it's been so long since I've been sober. And I'm not used to being sober. It's just like new to me. I feel like I'm still feel like it was just yesterday I was drinking and doing drugs. It really does. It's been 8 months for alcohol and a year and 8 months for any kind of drugs. And it just feels like I'm just barely getting sober. So I'm definitely in the process. It's being sober is definitely like feels like a new thing to me because I did it for so long. It was my lifestyle, really, from I was teenager till my early 50s. It was my whole lifestyle. And now I'm not like that. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying I'll never do drugs again or drink again, but I'm just saying I'm choosing sobriety and it feels like I just barely started. And, I like it and I want to keep going with it. But just as a process, and it just, for me, everybody's different. For me, it just not, it feels like I'm still not used to being sober. I know I'm repeating myself, but this is just how I'm getting it out. So, it wouldn't feel so foreign to me if it wasn't my lifestyle for so long, but it feels foreign to me, sobriety still. It's everything's raw and everything's like real, and all the issues that drove me to alcohol and drugs are still there. All the reasons why I did it, all those reasons are still there, except now I'm just dealing with it instead of, you know, numbing myself from the issues. Mostly it's my thoughts. I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but I just got to keep reminding myself. That's what these vlogs are for, to remind myself of my progress and where I'm at and where I've been. So, to some of you guys, it might seem like a scratched record. It's the same old blog over and over. But to me, it's a little different and it's progress. And it's just how it is as a recovering drug addict alcoholic. And I want it to be permanent this time. And I want to, just improve everything. Like I said, in many of my other videos, I just want to be normal. I want to be able to do the things I want to do. I want to excel more and just not have to have those kind of vices to just get through life or to be happy or to have fun. I want to be able to do all that, you know, without anything. And I want to be healthy. I'm much healthier now than I was a year ago, put it that way. Physically, I'm still having issues with my emotions, but at least I have them much more in control now. Okay? I still have issues with some depression, but I have that much more control now. I'm still 54 years old. I still feel those 54-year-old aches and pains, but I'm more fit now than I have been in a long time. But I do feel my age at times. I do. And I don't think there's anything you can do. There's no magic pill for that. When you're 54, you're going to feel 54. There's no getting out of it. But you can be in better shape. I am in better shape. I'm proof of it. If you look at a video from me a year ago, I'm like 20 something, 30 pounds heavier in bad shape. But there is no fountain of youth, really. It's just how well you're taking care of yourself, really. There's no magic pill. There's nothing like that out there. You could just be healthier than you were. That's about it. And I'm eating better. I'm drinking better. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not doing alcohol. And I'm still working on myself. And it still feels brand new, this sober version of me. It still feels very new. So, just wanted to get this off my chest, talk about my truck a little bit. I'm going to give me a little breakfast going here. I got some oatmeal, blueberries, a banana, and a half of a pear I'm going to cook up here with some honey and some raisins and have a nice healthy breakfast here and get ready for work. So thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate the support. And y'all have a fantastic Saturday, good weekend, and we'll catch you later.